Good morning, my bows and bow ties. So I wanted to do this yesterday, but I was caught up. I was caught up. So, I was listening to a couple of YouTube videos or podcasts yesterday while at work. I was working on a slick sheet for some capability that we were doing at work, and I didn't know. I saw some things come across my timeline about different YouTubers who have been doxxed. Now, some of these people I don't listen to regularly because it can be a little much, but I know recently there was a woman called Nosy Ho. Okay, so I like this name. I know it's probably not, like what someone such as myself should like, but there was a woman called Nosy Ho who was doxxed for some things. There's the resident favorite who's kind of angry, but she does have some good points whenever I do actually listen to her, but she could be a little much for me. Recently, her name is Cynthia G. She was doxxed. And then if I want to listen to like pop news or celebrity gossip, whatever, sometimes I will listen to Sherelle. She's been doxxed in the past, and there's others. And I specifically chose black women. Let me just say this. That's not to say that other people don't get doxxed. And for those of you who are new in these YouTube streets, now I've been out here for a full-on year now. Dox is when people go and try to expose your identity, like your private information. So let me just say this. This is one of the reasons why I'm very hesitant to even reach out and to collaborate with people. I have seen over and over again within our culture. Now, I just did a live last night with some of my, I guess I would say ex-co-workers, current co-workers, etc. I like to always bring on black professionals so that we are highlighting black professionals, right? And it's usually men because I'm in an engineering field. There's not as many women, and most women don't like to come on live. Nevertheless, I just did a live last night, and I was talking about Gen X versus Gen Z and this whole I want to drag you culture. And although they didn't necessarily think it was that big of a deal, I do. I don't like seeing this whole culture of people want to drag each other, humiliate each other, whatever it is. So what happens is you've got people now, if you have any sort of panel or any sort of collaboration, once people are not in agreement or whatever, they go out and they try to search you up so that they can put all your public information out there, and it's like in an attempt to humiliate you. Now, like I said, my public information, as far as I know, I don't know anything that would make me be concerned, but it's more like principle. Like, I have children, so I don't like to like put all my information out there, not because I'm embarrassed or anything, but it's more like for protection for myself, for my children, for my husband, for my diva cat, right? Like, they're not out here on this platform. It's me on this platform. So when I see these things happening, I find that the people who are doing these things are just haters. They are unhealthy and unhinged people. Okay? So anyway, I just feel like black people, look, y'all make me sick, because I'm like, why are we doing this to each other? If you don't agree with someone, then stop listening. Okay? Don't go on their platform. Don't make comments or whatever like that. Just like I look, let me tell you something. If I don't want to hear you, I just won't go to your videos. It's really that simple. I won't support it, right? I just get it out of my timeline. That's just where I'm at with it. I don't feel the need to hate watch people either. There are people I listen to that I may like a portion of what they're saying, not everything. For example, Nosy Ho. I find her to be entertaining. She's very crass though, so I can only take but so much of that, right? But what I'm not here to do is police somebody. That is her platform. And if I don't like something, you know what I do? I just don't watch it. What I'm not going to do is go out of my way to hurt her or harm her. Period. Even when, like you got dudes in the manosphere or whatever. Instead of trying to do something that's going to come after some man, like first of all, I don't even have those kind of cycles. I just don't watch. So I've been quite successful in getting like almost all of it out of my feed. But this whole doxing and humiliation culture is so annoying, especially on Black YouTube. It's like we could take this platform and do so much good with it, but instead we want to engage in this humiliation culture, this dragging culture, this doxing culture. I think we are way too obsessed with seeing the downfall of people. It's almost as if, like, because we collectively feel some kind of way about ourselves, we have to take others down a couple of notches or down a couple of pegs. If enough people stop watching people that they don't like, they will no longer be relevant. But the people that you don't like will always be relevant because you are constantly going to their pages and commenting, and they apparently stay on your mind. Same thing like with the Cynthia G. The fact of the matter is, now look, I'm going to be honest, I don't watch a whole lot. It's like a feast or famine thing because she is a lot, right? It doesn't mean she doesn't have good points. I mean, some of her talking points, to be honest, I've said these like years ago. I'm probably a little older than her. But nevertheless, she is relevant. She has a space. She's carved out a space. There are some things I don't agree with, but I understand her sentiment. But what I'm not going to do is, if I disagree with something, hate watch her. What I do is I just don't watch. I don't watch. I don't understand why people want to go after people. First of all, especially like our women, especially when women go after women like that. Like, it's our job to get each other together as far as holding each other accountable, but there's a difference between holding each other accountable and engaging in this doxing and humiliation and dragging culture. I can name other people on this platform. I typically don't call out people on the platform because as soon as you start naming people, the people who love them, they're for you, and the people who just really just can't stand them, they automatically dislike you too. I personally am not here for going after Black women, period. Whether I agree with their platform or not. I will give you an example. I remember when I first started trying to listen to YouTube, there was this, she's still out there. You can see her avatar. It's going to come to me in a second. She's one. She doesn't like light skins and biracials. What is her name? So a lot of people love her channel. Chrissy, that's what it is. I was thinking I am Eloho, but I like I am Eloho. I don't really watch her that much either, but she brings up good points. It was Chrissy. Man, it's bright out here in these streets. Okay. So I remember I tried listening to Chrissy, and it's not that she doesn't bring up good points, but she's also there's some anger and there's some hurt there, and it's probably justifiably so. Now, many times people who are speaking with that level of vitriol, they'll say it is the antithesis, but also there could be a blind spot. Nevertheless, I am not interested in taking her down because she has a space. It is a necessary space, right? I know she likes to hide behind an avatar. It is her prerogative. It's up to you if you want to listen to people or do business with people who don't show their face. I don't think it's bad that she's out here. I think she definitely is like anti-light skin and was it the preferences or whatever it is. So this is my thing. I don't agree with everything she says, but she does have good points. My whole big thing is, you know what I do? I just don't listen to her content that much. Who wants to be told you're just awful all the time? Because even when I know the things that I've tried to do to bring, you know, the brown skin and light skin people together, it doesn't always necessarily work. I know that it can't be personally against me, but she may have things. I don't know. The point I'm making is she has a point. She has a space. If I don't agree with everything that she's saying, all I have to do is just not listen. But what I don't believe in doing is, because you are so upset with somebody, you want to dox somebody, you want to humiliate someone, you want to drag someone. This is a full-on person. So there's other Black women content creators out there. They are, and I chose those women for a reason, because they're not just sitting there talking about how to be beautiful all the time. They like to have a conversation about, I guess, topics that matter to them, or maybe even to the community. So the way I look at it is like this. When I see things like the women being doxxed, I don't understand what's going on in this our culture, which is why I hesitate to even collaborate with people, because it's like you can't even have a conversation and all of a sudden people get mad and they want to be hateful and disgusting, miserable people. This is, look, my channel is a small channel. It'll probably stay small for me. I don't know. I don't make my money. I don't eat off of YouTube. I'd like to, though. Yeah, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and just subscribe. Excuse me. Send this to your friends and your family. Make put some comments out there, stuff like that. Anyway, getting back to my point, I think it just, when I see these things happening on YouTube, it makes it incredibly difficult to even engage with Black YouTube. There are people out here who are probably wonderful individuals, but I just feel like I don't want the drama shenanigans. I don't want it. I don't need it. I don't need YouTube. I don't need any social media because my life was already complete and fully formed before I got on this app. This app does not define me. The followers don't define me. The adulation or whatever. At the end of the day, I'm still going to be exactly who I am regardless. Okay? But nevertheless, I think at this point, I find that this whole creator space, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is, I just find that it seems like so much is problematic. It is. As soon as you start going on someone's platform that you like or whatever, you might get hated for it or whatever it is. It's just disgusting. People, the culture is just broken. I feel like there is no allowing for grace for people. It's like if someone says something, it's like off with their heads. That's what I'm getting. People are constantly turning on each other. There's no code of conduct for, like, you know what, I don't like you, I don't care for your content, you're just a big old meanie, and you know what, maybe what I'll do is just maybe not support your content. Instead, we want to humiliate each other. We want to tear each other down. We want to dox each other. I just feel like so many of these people are so unhinged. I just think we're in love with the downfall. I really do. I think our culture is just in love with each other's downfall because we're just a miserable group of people. Well, not me. But I'm just over that. So when I saw that was going on, I meant to do this yesterday, but like I said, I was caught up. I just was like, this is why it makes it tough for me. You know, I thought about hopping on a couple of panels, but I'm like, I don't feel like dealing with crazy people. Some of you people out here, I said you people, I said it. Some of y'all are crazy. But to sit there and try to dox someone, now granted, I listened to about maybe 3 or 4 minutes of, I think it was Cynthia G's channel yesterday. She's a little angry though. I mean, like, she could be a lot. Doesn't mean she doesn't have good talking points. I just wish that when I was coming up, I had said all those things earlier, because these are things that I've talked about, I've said over and over for years, and it's just that she is actually smart enough to actually say it now. I was never really big into social media, but I'm proud of her, okay? I mean, I don't necessarily agree with everything she says. I think that she's got a blind spot on some of the things as far as how angry she is. I think people have the right to be angry. It is a valid emotion, just like love, just like jealousy, just like glee, just like all those things. When I listen to these young women, I'm assuming they're young. When I say young, somewhere in their 20s and 30s. If they're not, well then, hey, you know, we're peers, I guess. Not to say that we're not peers, but what I'm saying is I'm a 40-something. I'm 46 years old. So some of the stuff that I'm listening when people are talking about dating and interactions with people and etc. Well, I have a little bit of a head start. I probably have at least a decade or a decade and a half head start. Okay? So with that being said, you know, some of this stuff isn't new. What I'm saying is I'm happy to see Black women who have a voice, who you know, I believe put themselves together in the manner in which they can communicate. I don't have to agree with everything that's said, but I am proud of these ladies. What I don't want to see, whether I agree with everything or not, and that's including All the people I just named, well, Sherelle is older than, well, Sherelle's close. She's like with 50, I think, or something like that. I don't like to see, whether I agree or not, when we come after each other. I'm talking about as a community, but especially with black women. It is disgusting. We want to tear each other down, dox each other. I don't know who doxed Cynthia G. To be honest, I heard her say something like she was doxed in the past. I don't know. I only had about 5 minutes because I actually do work, right? So I didn't have a chance to really like deep dive. I don't know if I care about the who. What happened? Yo, what? It just cut off. Oh, there we go. I don't care about the who. I just, there we go. Come on. Why is this thing doing this? My stupid, anyway, what's going on? All right, here we go. I'm back. Anyway, I'm just saying, I don't care about the who did it. I just feel like people shouldn't do it, period. I mean, why would you want to go out and do this to a woman? A black woman? We got enough problems around here to want to tear someone down. I can't stand this culture, this doxing, humiliation, drag me culture. We need to cut it out. Whether it's Cynthia G, Nosy Ho, Sherelle, or whoever, cut it out. Now, Sherelle has apparently been around for a long time, so I think she knows how the game is played. I am a new YouTuber with very little, very few subscribers, so it's not like I have this huge platform or huge presence. But what I will say is this, for those of you who are listening, we need to not do this. We need to not do this. You can either support each other or leave each other alone. All right, the insides of my ears are starting to itch. Inside of my nose and my throat, so I need to get myself together because I will be exiting the car in approximately 5 minutes. I need to feel the few hairs that are on my face and complain about these middle-aged hairs that are trying to grow on my face, that I'm not about that life, so we need to go get that taken care of. All right, so go ahead and subscribe because I'm amazing in every way and I can do no wrong.